Hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday. I hope you guys are doing well. I'm so glad that you guys are here. I got my hair done. It has been a while since I've had color in my hair, and I'm living for it. So, yeah. Wait, am I being rated? Oh, from DC. That's so nice. Thank you guys. Welcome, Raiders. And thank you, DC, for the raid. That's awesome. Make sure you guys go and subscribe to DC's channel. Thanks, guys, for all the compliments. I'm very excited about it. Let me give you a spin, because some of you have been asking me about my hair journey, and this is where we are. It's a vibe. Thanks, guys. Y'all are so kind. So wait, before we get into anything today, let me run my disclaimer. Be right back. Shall we? Okay, funny story. This matches my hair. Was it planned? No. No, I was drinking one of these when I got my hair done yesterday, or Monday, excuse me, Monday. And after we did my hair, I was like, oh my God, it matches the can. And I'm not mad at it, not at all. So anyways, let's open this. I'm very excited about it. If you're new here, I do some ASMR moments with Dr. Pepper, zero sugar. Strawberries and cream is my favorite. If you're a member, you should be, if you're able to be. No pressure, but we do have some fun. And if you are a member, there is going to be another video for you available right after this. So I'm going to give you guys early access. I got it done ahead of time. Ava, shout out to Ava, my editor. She got my video done so fast. So I'm going to publish it for members right after this. Anyways, let's open this. If you're a member, you should have a bubbles emote that you can use. It's kind of fun. Here we go. And we rate it 1 through 10. 10 is extra crispy. That spilled all over my lap. I don't like that. I don't know, man. I don't know about that. It's a good thing the taste always hits, you know? Short and sweet. Oh, it was an 8, Annette. Okay. Now I have soda all over my lap. I love that for us. Short and spicy. That was a very short opening, but hey, it is. 10 right up until it's spilled. Indeed. Okay, so today I actually had something else planned. We previewed it with the members yesterday. I was going to do a Melaleuca video. I may still do that, but I'm going to take the time to do a little bit more research, ask some professionals some questions, watch what some other creators have done. I need to text Savannah actually and ask her about this too. And there will be some Melaleuca videos, or a video at least, coming. So if you have any information, send it my way. For those of you that have been sending me information, thank you. I appreciate it. And if you have anything that you want me to see, go to my website, erinbees.com, and you can submit anything and everything. Workplace hazards. That's funny. The lip color is Flaunt It. It's the NYX Lip Lingerie. I don't remember what color it is. It's from the Adriana Nicole Cosmetics palette, mixed with the ColourPop Mauve It palette. Anyways, yeah, definitely want to do my research. Definitely want to take some extra time, run through some checks and things. I know you guys understand what I'm saying, and go from there. So I had something else planned, but today I moved this one ahead. This is a Scentsy video. I have never seen spiritual and emotional manipulation like this. In this way, I guess I should say that. So we're going to be reacting together, you and I, to a Scentsy Mindset Monday call. And just like I said, spiritual manipulation, all of the emotional manipulation, spiritual manipulation, all of that, mixed with this being a masterclass in toxic positivity, culty, loyalty, which is weird, and also the standard MLM manipulation. We have some OG reps talking about how financial struggle is a blessing. What? How burnout is your fault. Okay. And how Scentsy is a divine gift from God. Yes. Really. They say that. So let's hit play. I'll pause it along the way, as I always do, to break it down. Buckle up, and I hope you have your favorite crispy that did not spill in your lap, Dr. Pepper Zero sugar, ready to go. And yeah, let's do this thing, shall we? Jacqueline Roy, what's up? By the way, this was posted publicly.
All right, welcome to Mindset Monday. I'm so excited about tonight. This is probably one of the most exciting Zooms we've had in a long time. So two incredible people are going to speak to you guys tonight. I was talking to Nicole this last week, and just about kind of, she's been with Scentsy for 20 years, which she can talk about, and just the ebbs and flows of being in direct sales and how there's good years, there's less good years. But overall, it's such a fun journey. And I thought it was more fitting now than ever to have two people who have been through every up, every low, every middle, every trip probably. And so Nicole's going to speak first, but before, I'm sure Nicole will give Colette a great intro, but Colette is, she's going to be like blushing when I say this, because I don't think she likes to give compliments, or probably not take them. But for better words, she invented Scentsy, her and Kara. They came up with the idea, and I hope she shares that with you guys. But she virtually just invented Scentsy. And then, and I won't go into too much of it, but Colette is the heart of Scentsy in a lot of ways. She's very giving. If you meet her, you will love her. She's genuine.
Why are we paused? Okay. Am I paused, or is it this video? Because I'm pretty sure it's this video.
Orville and Heidi, and then also Nicole, who is you guys' upline if you're in my group. She's my grandma Nicole. I'm just kidding. She's like, what? She is, Nicole was one of the first leaders in Scentsy. I don't know what stack she is against that, but she was one of the first ones that really dove in and helped make Scentsy successful for what it is today.
Why are we hyping this up like it's a TED Talk? This is the most exciting Zoom that we've had in a long time. That's, in my opinion, MLM code for recruitment is down and morale is lower than commission checks, lower than we've seen in a long time. By the way, the title of this video is what is it? Hold on, let me look it up. The future of Scentsy is bright. Is the bright in the room with us? I mean, it is because of the lighting, but I don't think the future for Scentsy is bright. I think that it's going downhill. I was trying to think of a fun way to say that, but everything that I was thinking was really aggressive. So I decided not to say it. Oh man.
She worked really, really, really hard. And I hope she'll share some of those stories, because we, sometimes complain that, things may sell out in 5 minutes, or that we can't get parties, or we struggle with doing this. Well, when she joined, she had to box her own orders. She had to fill her own wax orders. She had to personally go down and pick up her own checks. She had to make her own photo albums, I'm assuming. I mean, just all the things. It's just, we're in a different place now, but a lot of the hard work that Nicole did is why we are so successful today. And a lot of the hard work that you guys are going to do right now is going to be why Scentsy is successful in 5, 10, 20 years. So,
Jacqueline, can I call you Jackie? Bold of you to think that Scentsy is going to be around for 5, 10, 20 years. Bold of you to think. Because that ship is sinking, babes. Okay? That ship is barely afloat. Barely. Oh my God. Also, all the things I hate when they say that. You don't have to put filler phrases in, you know? You could just, it's okay to have a moment of silence as you're collecting your thoughts. See how easy that was? Wasn't uncomfortable. It was totally fine. All the things. Okay.
I don't want to take any more time.
Thanks,
Nicole,
Brandy.
you go first. Share whatever you want to share.
Hey,
We're just so excited.
okay, well, I have to look at the time because I need to leave Colette plenty of time because you guys know I have the gift to gab. So,
Oh my God, her laugh is cute though. Her laugh is really cute. Okay. So she's Jacqueline, I'm going to call her Jackie, was talking about the early days where there was no website, no warmers in stock, printing your own flyers, blah, 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 all of the things that happened at the beginning. And she's, in my opinion, saying this because she is wanting the people that are on this Zoom to think, okay, well, I'm struggling too. I'm not making any money and I'm working really hard. So if this person sacrificed all of that and here we are 20 years later, I can make these sacrifices and keep showing up and keep attending the Zooms and keep ordering and keep whatever that looks like for them in the MLM, thinking that that sacrifice is going to lead to Scentsy being successful. And that's just not how any of this works.
and something I love to talk about is Scentsy, and I can't believe it's been 20 years. But I had my 20-year Scentiversary on March 14th. So
I didn't even introduce myself. We just got into it. Crazy. Brandy, thank you for this reminder. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Erin Bees. I'm a wife, a mom, a military veteran, a certified personal trainer, and I spent 13 and a half years in multi-level marketing. I healed my way out, and now I'm using all of my social media platforms to educate and raise awareness around the dangers of multi-level marketing companies and the tactics used by their reps. I can't believe that I didn't even do my intro. We were all too gagged by the hair. Thank you. Well, now we did the intro, so I feel better now.
it was just last week, and honestly, it doesn't even seem like it's been that long. I'm sure Colette can agree. She's 20 years too. It's gone by very fast, but there are some things that really stand out in my Scentsy career and things that I think have helped shape my Scentsy career. And I think it also helps me keep moving to this day as some of the experiences that I had back in the beginning. So I do want to share with you a few stories that I think are very important in my Scentsy journey. The first.
Why do we need to know all of this? Why does she feel like she has to share her Scentsy journey of being in this company for 20 plus years? Why does that matter? I find that really odd. This is something that I feel like you would say at a retirement ceremony. I started in this company 20 years ago and here, you know what I'm saying? But to get on a Zoom where you're practically, and we'll see this here shortly, begging people to stick it out, you know, and stick around, and they're going to minimize people leaving, and it's not as big of a deal as you know, they didn't say it that way, but they're going to try and make it seem that way. It is a big deal. People are leaving this company. People are getting out of Scentsy, as they should with any MLM. Because what? But I don't understand why she is sharing this on this Zoom where she's talking about the future is bright and Scentsy, which it's not. It's dim. It's bleak, for sure.
When I signed up in 2005. And so at that time, thank goodness I had a full catalog. It came out the month that I signed up. And so I didn't.
Oh, this is where she talks about not having a website. I spoke too soon.
Have the flip book, the pictures, the flip book. And
Thanks,
I was
Kathleen.
grateful for that because I called the home office and signed up. So I had never been to a home party. I had never tried Scentsy before. One of my friends went to a Scentsy party and she bought a warmer. Absolutely loved it. I went in her house. She had autumn sunset warming and it was absolutely amazing. I was just floored by the scent throw how safe it was. And I was like, oh my gosh, I want to do this. So I went home and called the home office and left a message, because at that time it was right when Heidi and Orville had bought the company from Colette and Kara. So
Those two. I'm going to use DC's phrase. Heidi and Orville are a bunch of chicken nuggets that should not be doing lives ever. They're terrible on live. I can only imagine what they're like behind the scenes. They are not leaders at all, in my opinion. Y'all let me know what you think.
I left a message and patiently waited for him to call me back. They didn't have a website, just a landing page. And he had Becky Priest call me and told me a little bit about the business. And I said, I'm all in, I want to join. So, you know, I don't know what I would have thought if I would have received a flip book with pictures, like, because I thought Scentsy was this big company. I had no idea it was so small. I should have realized, you know, with my consultant number being 92, that probably meant there were only 92 consultants. But hey, that went right over my head. So I thought it was this big company, and I loved it, and I was just ready to jump in. One of the first big challenges that I remember, and it was that fall after I had signed up, so 2005. Picture this, you know, we were doing shows, we were trying to get Scentsy out any way that we could, get the word out, get product in people's hands. And I do remember we did not have any warmers to sell that first Christmas. So we had bars,
Here it is.
but we did not have any warmers because the supplier couldn't keep up with us because we were selling so much product. So I remember being at a show and, you know, saying that we're out of stock on this, we're out of stock on this. I mean, we honestly, did we even have one warmer to sell? I don't think we did.
I don't think so. It was pretty sparse for sure.
And I remember just saying, you know, it will come in. It will come in before Christmas, because we were just hoping and praying it would. They didn't come in for Christmas. So all of our customers, Orville promised that everybody would get their warmer by Christmas. He sent out a free complimentary warmer to everybody that had an order placed. It was a cornucopia warmer. It was not the most beautiful thing, but it was a warmer so they could warm their bars. And I just remember thinking, wow, you know, what an incredible guy.
What an incredible guy. No, let me tell you what I'm thinking. I am thinking, wow, they took people's money. They didn't deliver the product, and they sent them a cornucopia warmer that nobody wanted. Why not just refund them? Why not have it available for people to purchase if you don't have the product? Wow, he's such a good guy. No, he's not. What do you mean? And somehow she's going to frame this as a heartwarming story. In any other industry, this would be a lawsuit, not a leadership legacy story trying to convince people to stick around in Scentsy. MLMs love, it's so annoying, to frame basic customer service failures as hero moments. This is not a hero moment. This is a fail. This is embarrassing.
That it meant so much to him that he wanted to make sure everyone had a package to open on Christmas Day. Did he need to do that? No, absolutely not. Was he in a position to do that financially? Absolutely not. But that just blew my mind, and it solidified. I knew I was in the right place. I knew I was with the right company, and the right people were leading the way. That just was mind blowing to me. And, but that was definitely a challenge. And so, you know, we could have turned really negative and been like, oh, I'm going to cancel all my shows. We didn't. We still went to our shows. We still sold product as much as we could, and on a hope and a prayer, their warmer would come in very soon. And we just made the best of it. But at that time, you would think, oh gosh, it was easy back then in 2005. You know, it was new. But the challenges we had, and I'm sure Colette will say the same thing, is people did not have the faith in the company. They wanted to know if we were going to be around when they needed more Scentsy bars. So it was a different feel. Like it wasn't an easy sell. They loved the product, they loved the concept, but they didn't have that faith. So it was really important for us to get them to experience it, to try it. And with the host rewards and booking parties and everything, it made it easy for them to be able to have product to enjoy for themselves. But, so many people think if you were in early, you're successful. I mean, we had our own challenges then. And I have someone on my team that is a certified consultant that signed up in 2005. And you know what? She's happy being a certified consultant. So
Is she? Is she happy being at the lowest rank in the company for 20 years? I have to look at this. Hold on. I forgot to put the income disclosure statement. I need to pull this up because she's a certified consultant. Scentsy income disclosure. Okay, hang on, because I want to see how much a certified consultant makes according to Scentsy's income disclosure statement. Let me see their most recent one. Okay, when is this from? This is the compensation plan. Okay, here we go. Okay, this is from 2024, and let me see. It doesn't even break down. Let me show you guys what I'm seeing here. It doesn't even break down by rank. Let me show you here. Remove that, add that, a little smaller. Okay, this is our income disclosure statement. So Scentsy consultants earn between 10 and 36% commissions and bonuses on personal sales that may be eligible for leadership bonuses based on their team's sales. The chart below shows how independent Scentsy consultants in the United States performed on average in 2024. As with any business endeavor, a consultant's success will be a direct result of the time and effort they devote to selling the product and leading a team. The earnings below represent commissions that Scentsy actually paid to consultants in 2024. We've divided our consultants into two groups for this disclosure. Group one consists of consultants who were with Scentsy for all 12 months of 2024. Group two consists of consultants who were with Scentsy for less than 12 months in 2024, including those who joined Scentsy for the first time and those who left Scentsy either due to inactivity or for other reasons. Okay. So I'm not going to be able to tell you what a certified consultant made, but personal retail volume, 250. I wonder how much of that she is ordering. Oops, I didn't mean to click off that. Okay. Group one, 59,329 consultants. These are people that were in Scentsy in 2024 for the entire year. Group two, they were in Scentsy for less than a year in 2024. It has 69,690 people. The minimum annual commissions was $6. The max was $1.1 million and some change for group one. The average $15.53 and 53 cents, and then the median for group one was $466.56 for the year, not including expenses, not including any warmers that they purchased, not including any wax melts they purchased or anything else that they purchased through Scentsy. $466.56 was the median for those that stayed in Scentsy for all 12 months in 2024. That means before expenses, they were, according to this, bringing in $38.88 a month. $38.88 a month. I know that they probably spent way more than that. And then group two are people that didn't stay the whole 12 months in 2024. And their median was $77.68 for the year. a lot of factors in that, I'm sure. These, maybe people stayed for a month, maybe people stayed for 6 months or whatever. The whole grouping of this is really weird. I'd love to see it broken down by the different ranks and the median annual commissions for each rank. But no, we're not going to see that. So anyways, back to what I was saying. Is she really happy being a certified consultant? Oh, let me guess. It's because it's because of the community. It's because of the systems. It's because of the camaraderie that she has developed over the last 20 years. Come on. She is working for free. And one thing about people in multi-level marketing companies, they are not lazy. Now, the people that are in MLMs that are at the top of these product-based pyramids, in my opinion, I do believe that they are, they want you to think the people that quit didn't follow the systems and were lazy. That's not how it is. People in MLMs work extremely hard, and they're not getting paid for their time, their energy, their creativity. And a lot of companies, they are ordering products just like Scentsy. So for her to say, oh, well, this person is a certified consultant, she's been that rank, that bottom rank for 20 years, and she's super happy. Let's hear from her. Let's hear from that consultant, because shame on you. That's absurd, because what she's showing here is this opportunity is not an opportunity. It's proof of a broken system. That's what she's showing here. Thanks, Liz. I appreciate you.
Thing. I mean, we all have the same opportunity. And I think anytime that you join, you have so much opportunity to make your Scentsy business be whatever you want it to be.
False, incorrect, wrong. No. Can you imagine? Can you imagine if we had a 2023 and a 2024 income disclosure statement from Prove It? Considering in 2022, it was the average annual income, was it average or median? I think it's average. No, median was $11 or under $11, $10 and some change or something like that. So if that was what it looked like in 2022, can you imagine 2024? Go ahead and put it out, Brian. I dare you, big guy. I dare you. Put it out. Prove me wrong. I'm just trying to see something,
But I just wanted to share those challenges in the beginning. The next big challenge that I remember was 2007, 2008. And that was when the home building industry crumbled. And, with the loans and the fraud and everything, it really took an impact on the economy. And my husband was a home builder, and thank goodness for, me and for us, we put in our time and our support. He was supportive, and we worked our business. So we were just fine during that time. But we had so many friends that were losing their houses, losing their businesses. It was a heavy, heavy, heavy time. What I do remember is people wanted to join Scentsy because they were looking for ways to make extra money.
Oh my God. Listen, this is where MLMs get really gross, using an economic collapse and people losing homes as a marketing tactic. I mean, we did see this with the panini. Unfortunately, it was disgusting. But yeah, go off about your friends losing everything. But it was a great time to join Scentsy. Oh, gross.
They were looking for ways to get product at a discount or for free. So we were able to do parties during that time. People weren't buying a lot. And that time really reminds me of kind of where we are now after.
People weren't buying a lot. So you were asking distributors in the company, consultants, if you will, I believe that's the term that they use, to go out and do parties, drive to the party, have all the supplies for the party, have the products and everything that they were going to show, the hostess credits, the hostess gifts, all of that stuff. People weren't buying at that time because of the economic crisis. But you expected people to go into somebody's house and beg them to order products and then not compensate that consultant who put that work in, drove to the house, prepped for the party, did the party. If they even got any orders, put the orders in, delivered the products, you don't think that they should be compensated for the time. What they basically did, given her explanation here, is they were advertising for the company for pennies if they made anything. And she's using it as a badge of honor. That was a really hard time, you guys. That was really hard. People weren't buying, but we were still showing up and doing parties. That's disgusting.
The pandemic, people have cut back on expenses because of inflation. We were there in 2007 and 2008, but our teams were growing. People were looking for ways to make extra money for a supplemental income. And as long as we were talking about it, we were working our businesses, we were moving forward, but it was a heavy.
This is a good question. I feel like we should talk about it, because the one thing that there wasn't as much of, in my opinion, I'm not saying that information about multi-level marketing wasn't around. That's not what I'm saying at all. But when we look at the intensity and the volume of anti-MLM movement over the last 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, it is steadily increased. More and more people are speaking out. More and more survivors are telling their story. More and more people are saying, hey, I'm seeing this on social media. What is this company? We're able to identify their culty language, things of that nature. So if we look back at the 2008 recession, the amount of anti-MLM content, and specifically being available on social media as accessible as it is now, wasn't as loud, wasn't as intense. So if we look now, and if let's say that, we go into a recession, that doesn't change the amount of information from the anti-MLM movement. If anything, I think we as a movement will get even louder to prevent people from being scammed in a recession. So I don't think there'll be an increase in recruiting. I think that people in MLM are going to make you or will want you to think that it will be. But I think that the movement has gotten really intense and very, very loud. And we've seen companies that have said, well, people speaking out. Chris from Pure Romance, remember that video I did? Spoke out and said, well, there's people that are, I think he said Gen Z. I don't remember exactly how he worded it, but so do I think that there could be an increase in recruiting if we go into a recession? Possibly, but I think because of the anti-MLM movement, I don't think it'll be as drastic as we've seen in the past. But let me know what you guys think.
Time. And my husband and I, we felt guilty at times because we were doing well and we had so many friends that were, just lost everything. It was a heavy, heavy time in the world at that time. And, I have a friend that I can think of. She signed up with Scentsy. And during that time, her husband was in the home building industry as well. She stuck it out for probably 4 years. But her passion was with animals. So she was good at Scentsy, but her passion wasn't there. She ended up finding a company and was one of the founders of a company. I can't think of what the company is now, but it focuses on pets and pet health. And she said, because of me and me joining direct sales and my love for direct sales, she saw that opportunity and it changed their life. It brought them so many wonderful opportunities and blessings. And so, people are watching you. People want to do what we do. I mean, I
No, wrong.
know it's kind of a crazy time in the world right now, but we just need to be positive and look at all the wonderful things and benefits that Scentsy has to offer. And it's hard with social media. Jacqueline and I were talking the other day about how, back in 2005, and I honestly believe this, and I don't know if I shared this with you, Jacqueline, but, the comparing, like if social media was around back in 2005, I don't know if I would have stayed with Scentsy. And I say that honestly. Thank goodness I met Colette. Colette and I are on different teams, and Colette is such a huge inspiration to me. And thank goodness I met her because, she has really helped me and supported me so much in my business. But if I would have seen how people were working their business, and at that time, my husband was working 12 hours. He was a home builder. He was never home. I was basically single mom. So home parties were not something I could do. So I really focused on basket parties, and that's how I built my business. And I still run my business on a lot of basket parties. Like, I love the basket parties.
I
And
remember being blown away, Nicole, that you made director and you had done it by just doing basket parties. I'm like, you are my hero. That's amazing.
you're so sweet. But that's all I had to work with. I couldn't do a home party. And so after I was able to be successful with basket parties, I said to Jason, hey, could you come home one night a week? We planned Thursdays was my party night. And so every Thursday he made sure he was home so I could go out and have a party. You know, at that time, money was tight. Money was really tight. And we really depended on, you know, every commission, his paycheck. I mean, money was tight. And I remember I would come home on Thursday night and he would say, oh gosh, how was your party? And I'm like, oh, it was such a great party. And he would say, oh, good, what were the sales? And I would tell him, and I said, but they decided to sign up. So, you know, I don't get any commissions, but I have a new team member. And I'd be so excited about it. And he was like, well, what are you doing? You know, you're.
So a basket party is basically where they put all the supplies that are needed for a party, order forms, catalogs, probably some samples, some things that everybody can smell, maybe the most popular scents. And if you guys were a part of Scentsy, feel free to correct me if I'm wrong on any of this. So you put a basket together and you take it to the hostess, and then the hostess kind of takes that around or has people over, and they kind of do it on their own time rather than a scheduled time and date for a party where the distributor or the consultant comes over and presents everything and then takes orders. So it's kind of like a hostess does their own kind of party, but it's the hostess is doing the work, if that makes sense. Makes sense. You see what I did there.
Giving away all the commissions because we really could have used the commissions at that time. But I could see that a new team member that.
Someone's coming over here. What are you doing, Mama? Hi. Would you like to say hi to the people? Hi. You woke up from your nap. Come here. Come here. The people want to say hi to you. Come here, baby. Come here, little girl. Come here, little girl. You want to say hi to the people? Everybody say hi to Luna. Hey, Clocka, what's up? Hey, baby. Oh, man, that's a great toe bean shot. What are you doing? You want to say hi to people? So your hostess just gives away the wax like this does not work, and I learned this method in Color Street. Oh my gosh. That's wild. I'm so sorry. Thank you for sharing that with us. Oh, you do? Stacy, that's cool.
Was off to a successful start was so much more powerful than getting a commission check. And they already had their customers that they could fulfill their orders. So.
And why? Why is recruiting a team member more powerful than selling a bunch of product? Oh, it's almost like you make more money when you have a team member who's also going to be ordering and who's also going to be doing parties and ordering, supplies for that party, those parties. It's almost like you make more money off of having a team member versus selling to customers. Weird how that happens.
I was flipping parties before I even knew I was flipping parties, but that's how I.
Flipping parties is a term where you tell the hostess, this is what went back in the day when I did parties, which was a long time ago. You could say, this is what I was taught. You could say to your hostess, hey, so-and-so, this was a great party and your party has X number of dollars in sales, which means I make X number of dollars. This could be yours. These parties that your friends booked, they, on this date, that date, and whatever, these could be your parties. You could join for X dollars, and then this party would become yours. It could be a qualifying order or whatever. And then you have all these bookings already, and these are your friends. So they're going to be more willing to help you out getting started in your new business. That's flipping the hostess, taking it from the hostess being the hostess and saying, hey, you already have these parties booked. You already have these retail sales. Why not just join as a distributor? Because you'll make a commission. You have parties booked. These are your friends that are going to want to support you. That's what she's talking about.
I really grew my team. And I know there's a lot of people that focus their business on flipping parties to this day. If you're not doing it, try it. It is such an incredible opportunity to someone can get their starter kit for zero cost. I mean, it really is a great opportunity. The other, and Jacqueline, I think we talked about this, was like 2012.
I would love that.
I think was a big challenge with business. Like I said, business is going to go up and down and up and down. And I think when you're down is when you really learn how to push yourself, how to work a little harder, work a little smarter, but then you can also enjoy when business is up. But you learn so much when you're in the lows of business. And 2012 came along, and I remember, gosh, there was a time when so many people decided to leave. They felt like Scentsy was just, it was oversaturated, which just totally makes me laugh, because I don't know how many consultants we had. We didn't have very many at the time.
It makes you laugh. Why? Because you're uncomfortable. This is another classic, in my opinion. You think it's saturated. You just don't want it enough. That's an example of some things that they say sometimes when they're talking about market saturation. They treat this like it's a mindset issue, not basic math. This is basic math. If Scentsy had 7 reps in one neighborhood, yeah, it's saturated, because that's how that works. To laugh it off like, it makes me laugh. I don't know how many consultants we have. We're not saturated. Yes, you are. Yeah, absolutely you are.
But they had that mindset that, there's too many Scentsy consultants. And you still hear that today. People.
I feel like I should talk more about my party days. Not like my party days, like my MLM party days. There was a lot of work that went into doing parties. There was a lot of preparation. There was a lot of unpaid work, traveling to and from parties. It's a lot of work. Yeah.
Will say that. That's so not true. At one time, we had 7 of us in my neighborhood, and we never crossed paths. We all knew different people. We all could take our business.
Thank God we didn't have social media. It would not be good. Me at 16, oh God, absolutely not.
Business and if someone in the neighborhood wanted.
Oh, I'm sorry, pausing it so soon. I just saw this comment. Hey, Elaine, carrying all that stuff worth so much. Yeah, when I was in slumber parties, I was carrying roughly $13,000 worth of stock to every party. I had 4 rolling duffel bags of stock. So not only are you preparing for the parties and traveling to the parties, you're loading the car up, going to the party, getting to the party, unloading it, setting up, doing the party, collecting the orders, trying to book parties, trying to recruit people, packing it all up, putting it back in your car, driving back, processing the orders. It is a lot of work. So when I hear people say that when somebody leaves your team in an MLM, that person was lazy or that person didn't follow the systems, I call BS. Because people in MLMs work super hard. And the only reason these uplines say, oh, it's not saturated, or, oh, they didn't follow the systems, or, oh, they're lazy, or they just didn't want it bad enough, is because they're trying to minimize people leaving their downline because they know that that impacts their paycheck. If that person is not ordering, if that person is not doing parties, if that person is not recruiting, they are not making the money that they're sitting up here laughing about right now, in my opinion. So yeah. Yeah, I'll definitely talk about it. It's easy to talk about it with Scentsy because they're doing parties. They're taking orders, and I remember what that was like. So with companies like this, it's very easy for me to talk about it because I've done things like this. So yeah, it's a lot of work for very little pay.
Wanted to order, they'd take turns ordering from us, and we thought that was great. There's so much opportunity there for everyone.
Thanks,
But
Megan.
I do remember in 2012, that was a challenging time. We did have people leave. Business was hard, kind of like it is now. I think it even feels a little bit harder to me right now because of the pandemic. Things were easy during the pandemic.
That is foul. You're going to laugh and giggle and, oh, things were easy during the pandemic. Really? What about the people that lost family members during that pandemic? What about the people that have permanent health problems because of the pandemic? Oh, but you're going to laugh. That was easy. That's disgusting. If I could go without hearing another person in an MLM talk about how great the pandemic was for their business, if I never had to hear that again, I would be so grateful. The fact that so many people were suffering in so many different ways during that time, and you're going to get on the internet and laugh and giggle and say, oh, the pandemic was easy. Foul.
Business was just coming to us. And so I think now, even though this is probably similar to what we were in 2012, what we're going through now, but after having the highs of the pandemic, it feels like it's a little more challenging. But what I love about direct sales is no matter what stage we're at, you figure out how can you bless someone's lives. I mean, I'm always thinking, how can I make Scentsy rewarding for my customer? How can I make them, feel like they are, getting such great customer service? They're getting their, products at a discount.
Oh my God, the keto life parties. I hated that term. So for those of you that are like, what is that? That was Prove It's version of house parties, essentially. Trying to get people to take ketones. And there was this whole like system, have your upline come in, or if they're not there, have them join on a Zoom or something like that. And you play the campfire video and you have people drink ketones and you have some keto snacks. That was a keto life party, which I don't know who came up with that, if that was Nick or Dustin or Natalie. By the way, Natalie, where are you? Natalie Kilborn, where are you? Anyways, this is an improvement video. It was the silliest thing at the time. And I was doing in-person things in the Vegas area and filling restaurants. And you wanted me to call them keto life parties? No, I hated it. Oh God.
I do a lot of shopping links. I mean, I really go above and beyond to try to make my customers feel special. And I think that's something that's really worked for me in the 20 years, no matter what stage we're at in business. If you give good customer service,
You mean
they
rank?
will come back to you. They will give you referrals. They will, it's that trust. It's that relationship. But 2012, it was hard. Business was hard. People were leaving. We still had people coming in, but people were leaving. And Jacqueline, do you even remember what was the big reason why people were leaving in 2012? I know we talked about this the other.
They weren't making any money. Wild take, I know, but can't wait to hear what they say about this.
Day.
Right. Economy wasn't great in 2012 and 2014, those years. we had Grace, Adele, and Bellotta,
Yes.
and it kind of cut everyone thin. So all of a sudden we added all these 2 other sister companies on, and then we were spread thin with Scentsy. So I was focused on helping people learn Grace Adele and learn Bellotta, and then I was
Yes.
slacking in my Scentsy, and it caused everyone. And then we had some recession going on with the economy. Economy was not great in
Yes.
those years, so it was almost like double whammy. And I
Yes.
just remember thinking, oh my gosh, when we shut the doors to Grace Adele, Bellotta, it was a relief, but then also caused a lot of doubts, like, is Scentsy next? And I knew Scentsy wasn't going to be next. I knew that Orville was thinking for
I don't know what's happening there. Sounds like her
Grace a little
internet
bit.
froze.
My internet
Okay.
is not great. But I also knew that Orville is always forward thinking. And
Mhm.
I'm so thankful he is. And he wasn't worried about Grace Adele and Bellotta not panning out.
That's not going to age well. Orville is always forward thinking. Okay. We'll see when Scentsy closes their doors or they go straight up affiliate, what he says about that. I can't, you guys. So Scentsy launched 2 sister companies, both flopped. And now they're saying it was a good thing we shut them down. Let's just be clear about what they're saying here, because this is a perfect example of MLM instability. They're constantly throwing spaghetti or noodles or whatever at the wall, trying to see what sticks. But it's your money that they're doing that with, and then gaslighting you when it fails.
He's already 5 years down the line thinking of what's next.
Yes.
So,
And I think
Mhm.
what an incredible vision he had. I mean, Grace Adele was great. Velana was fun. Like I loved both companies. I thought they were great, but it was interesting to me how it did take your focus. I mean, your focus was not streamlined. It was spread, between 3 companies, and that still happens today. When people join other direct sell companies, it's hard to give your full attention and your 100% dedication to growing your business if you're trying to do too many different things.
Oh my God, I guarantee you she tells her downline that. I guarantee you this is the type of person that when somebody says, well, I've been doing, both of these companies, she's like, oh, looks down her nose at them and says, well, you'd be more successful if you just dedicated your time to Scentsy. Scentsy is way more popular than whatever other MLM company that person is a part of. I can see her doing this because of what she said here. Because that's what they do in these companies, especially companies where you hit a certain rank and then you're considered a leader in the company. And when you look at their policies and procedures and their agreement, there's things in that say, oh, well, once you hit this rank, you cannot be a part of multiple MLM companies or direct sales companies. I can guarantee you that this individual here, Nicole, probably has told her downline that, oh, well, you're star director or whatever, and you really should not be doing multiple companies. It's just a bad look. It makes it look like Scentsy is not providing enough income. I guarantee you guys let me know what you think. Do you think that Nicole is somebody that does that? If you do, put a pink heart in the comments for the pink hair. And if you disagree with me, you could say no. That's fine too.
But for them to come in and say, you know what, we're shutting those down. I mean, they were looking for our future. I never doubted it. I was like, oh, okay, well, that's sad. I still miss the chocolate. It was amazing chocolate. But, Scentsy is where it's at. Scentsy is, the lifeline of our company is Scentsy. So I was glad that they could see that and not afraid to make that change. They weren't afraid to try it, but then when they saw it wasn't working out,
Deborah, thank you. Sorry, I swallowed funny. Thank you, Deborah, for sharing this. I know how difficult it can be to share things like this, but I think it's also very important to share. The more survivors that speak up, the louder the anti-MLM movement will become. Deborah says, Scentsy took my rank because my only 2 downlines left. Plus, we're not allowed to do other companies. And this is a perfect example. This is not me shading you, Deborah. I just want to add to this comment. People that are in MLMs that say that they're their own business owner, things like this wouldn't happen if you actually owned a business, because you're not going to take the business away from yourself. That's not even a thing. But in MLMs, this happens. And I'm sorry that happened to you, Deborah, and I'm so glad that you're speaking out. I appreciate it.
They made the change to let those other two companies go. But where we are now in business, things are heavy. Like that's the only way I can describe it. Things are so heavy right now. And it's not just within Scentsy, it's within the world. Like, you know, I don't want to turn the news on. I'm like, I can't take anymore. I don't want to know what's going on. Like, you know, things are.
And that's privilege. That's what that is. I don't want to know what's going on. I don't want to watch the news. That's your privilege speaking, because now with everything going on, we don't have that luxury to sit in privilege and not see what's going on and not speak up with what's going on. We have to speak up. We have to see what's going on. We have to watch the news and get information from independent journalists and things of that nature. We don't have the luxury to just be able to say, I don't want to watch the news. I don't want to know what's going on. The privilege in that statement is unbelievable.
Just heavy. And then you have social media that is, you know, sharing every little thing. And that adds an extra element of heaviness. You know, you see people that are doing really well. You see people that are, you know, not doing so well. And, you know, someone decides to leave and they make a big deal about it. And then it just causes this mass panic. And, you know, social media is such a blessing, but it also can be a curse. And I think right now we're feeling the heaviness of social media, which to build our.
I hope that my video, this live stream, falls under the curse category for her downline. If you're in her downline, and I mean this with my entire chest, if you're in her downline or you're in Scentsy or any MLM company for that matter, look at the money that you are spending every month. Look at the money you're spending. Look at the money that's coming in, if anything. And excuse me, and ask yourself if it's worth it. Is it worth it for you to be spinning your wheels, trying to book parties, trying to do basket parties, trying to do online parties, trying to talk your hostesses into becoming a distributor in the company? Is it worth it when you're not really making any money? We know that because of the income disclosure statement. We know that you're not making a lot of money. This is coming from somebody that used to do parties. This is coming from somebody that spent 13 and a half years in multi-level marketing. The call is coming from inside the house. If you are a part of any MLM company, you should look at the money that you're spending versus the money that's coming in, if anything, because you deserve to be paid for your time. You deserve to be appreciated for the work that you do. And unfortunately, that's not the case in multi-level marketing. You deserve better.
Our businesses, it can be a total blessing. But I do think that, you know, we just need to keep in mind when people decide to leave and they're making a big to-do, they were already halfway out the door. You know?
Okay, hold on. We're going to get to what she just said. Jen, thank you so much. Member for 10 months. If you guys aren't subscribed to Jen's channel, make sure that you go and check out her channel and support her as a fellow content creator. She's amazing. So member for 10 months. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, Jen. I think I missed somebody else. Rebecca, I apologize for missing this earlier. Member for 27 months. Thank you guys. I appreciate you so much. And if you'd like to become a member, like these two beautiful individuals have become, and all the other members here that are in the chat or watching the replay, you can click the join button. And I'm gonna have a video for you guys right after this live stream tonight too. So I'm gonna put it out a little bit earlier. So thanks guys, I appreciate you. Oh, also, I don't know if you caught it, but she said that the people that have left, she talked about social media, the people that have left already had one foot out the door. I want to hear what else she has to say, because I know she's getting into victim blaming and shaming. Oh, they didn't follow the systems. Oh, they didn't do this. Oh, they didn't do that. They were lazy. You know, they didn't want to do parties. They didn't want to do this. You know, they had one foot out the door. Victim blaming and shaming. Yeah. Danielle, thank you so much for the gifted membership. I appreciate that so much, and congratulations to the new member. That was really dramatic. I guess I had to because of, you know, the hair. Anyways, thank you so much for that. I appreciate you.
You know, before they left. Their dedication, whatever happened to make them decide to leave.
This is a great question, William, and thank you for asking it. Typically, the party host gets free product and like half price items and things like that. Every party plan type company is a little bit different. So if you guys were a part of Scentsy and can fill in the gaps here, but typically they get a percentage. Usually it's like 10% of the party sales that they get in credit to shop for free from the party, in addition to like a hostess gift and like multiple half-priced items depending on the party sales, things of that nature. It's typically how that works. A little bit different with every company, but that's the gist of it. Carol, welcome. Appreciate you so much. And make sure when you guys become members today, make sure that you click on the link for the Discord under the post tab, which used to be the community tab. And you can find the link for the Discord.
There's more to it. There's always more to it than what they're sharing on social media. And usually, you know, it's something that they've done or something that they've, you know, gotten in trouble for, or, you know, there's always a lot more to the story. I think we just need to, you know, not get caught up in the heaviness and just.
Somebody should tell her that facts are not attacks, because I could see her saying that facts are negative. I could see her saying, oh my God, this girl with the pink hair did this, you know, hours long live reacting to my video and was so negative and so rude and was making fun of me. By the way, Mandy in Zip Slim, you're telling all of your people I was making fun of your mobility. I would never make fun of somebody's mobility. What are you talking about? That's embarrassing. Oh my God. Anyways, I lost my train of thought. We're just going to play the video because this is about to get juicy.
Know that Heidi and Orville 100%, I know they have our backs. And all these changes at once with all the craziness in the world, it can be heavy. And I'm right there with you. I'm like, I can't.
Oh, that's what I was saying. Oh my God, she's making a pyramid. Drop a pause story, guys. Facts are not attacks. This video is not negative. I don't hate this individual. I'm not a miserable human being. I'm trying to think of all the stuff that they say. Oh, I didn't fail an MLM. Unfortunately, I was successful. I was in the top 0.38% approve it at the time. So debunked. Shall I go on? I don't know. But anyways, this is not negative, and I don't hate this individual. I don't know this individual. I'm talking about what she's doing. I'm talking about the tactics. I'm talking about her basically trying to beg her downline to stay in her downline on this video while using weird manipulation tactics. It's giving desperation. Pyramid, shoulders, knees, and toes. Also, I forgot to mention this. Scentsy just laid off over 100 corporate employees. Now tell me that that is a company that is doing well. I don't think so. I don't think so. We all know what's coming. Oh yeah, but I'm a hater. I'm a hater. I do hate people taking advantage of other people. I do hate that. And I will speak up always about that. So yeah, we're all miserable at Scentsy except the top. Oh man, it's wild. I'm trying to think of what else they say. I'm an MLM hater, which facts, I guess. I wasn't successful. Incorrect. Wrong. I don't know. I can't think of anything else right now, but yeah, I don't hate this person. I don't know her. I think what she's doing here is gross. We're going to talk about it. I'm going to continue to talk about it. You don't have a prosperity mindset. It's not an abundance mindset. I'm in scarcity mode. Meanwhile, this person is begging her downline to stick around, but who's in scarcity? A scarcity mindset? Because it's not me. I'll tell you that much.
Take one more thing. But I do know that the changes that they're making are for our future. The changes that
Oh.
they're making are necessary for us to thrive in the future. And I have 100% complete faith in that. And
We'll see how this ages. I think it's going to age like milk.
we're going to lose people. We've lost people in 2007, 2012. There are people that decide to move on, and that's okay. Those that decide to stay and put their dedication to their business and work through these challenges are going to grow through the challenges. And then once business, it's a business cycle. We're going to go up, we're going to go down, and we can't always just keep going up. And what you learn during those times, you're going to just excel when we start going up again. And I know that's going to happen soon. And there's going to be a lot of people, just like there have been in the past, that regret leaving or regret, not sticking it out, even if they haven't left, but they're not working their business. Like, now is the time to truly work your business. I don't think there's ever been a better time for Scentsy for us to recruit. Things are expensive. People are looking for multiple streams of income. People are looking to supplement, for their fun stuff, the extras. Maybe just to buy eggs. Who knows? It's, people are looking for ways to make money, and Scentsy is that perfect opportunity for them to make some money. And
except it's not. And we know that that's not true because of the income disclosure statement. I love this comment from Kristen. Now is the time to leave the business. I love how she's presenting this like it's a business, and they're not making any of the decisions. When I say they're, I mean the distributors, the consultants in the company. They're not making any decisions on what happens in this company. They're not business owners. And we know that. You and I know that. But somebody that's a part of Scentsy that is in the process of waking up and realizing what they're a part of and that they're not making any money and they're trying to unravel that ball of yarn, this is a clue. This is a big clue that something is not right. They're laying off people at the corporate office. They laid off over 100 people or 100 people. Businesses that are thriving don't typically do that. They're doing that because they're trying to cut some costs. They're trying to lower their overhead. They're trying to lower the expenses. A company that's thriving and in the green is not going to be doing things like that. So if you as a Scentsy distributor or Scentsy consultant think that this company is doing well, you are delusional. And I'm not saying that to be mean, ugly, spiteful, whatever, because I know that's going to hit some of you that are Scentsy distributors that are watching this. I know that that's going to hit you, in the gut, but you need to hear it. This company is not doing well, and it's not going to last very much longer. They're laying people off at the corporate office. And if you think for 1 second that this is going to turn around, it's not.
Do it on the side in their own on their own terms. When I first signed up with Scentsy, if someone would have told me I had to work full-time hours, I wouldn't have done it, because I was a mom and my kids were young and I worked as much as I could, but my number one goal was being a mom. And that's
Notice that she didn't mention full-time hours with full-time pay like you get in a traditional job. No. If somebody would have told me that I had to work full-time hours for less than part-time pay, I wouldn't have done it. That's what she should have said. And saying part-time pay is me being overly generous considering the compensation plan and the income disclosure statements.
something that I just love with Scentsy is, you choose what you want it to be. What you put into it is what you're going to get out of it. And it
Wrong. Incorrect.
can grow with you. I was very limited in the beginning on what I could work. Now I can work my business full time. It's something that you make it what you want it to be. And I don't know any other company out there that gives you such flexibility and such support and rewards you the way that Scentsy rewards you. And I just am so grateful that,
Hey, Avery Jo.
you know, Heidi and Orville, they have our backs, and 100% I know they will.
They do not have your backs. The only backs they have are their own. Let's just be real. They are not going to make decisions in a multi-level marketing company with the distributors in mind. Absolutely not. My God. Also, let's go back a little bit, not like actually in the video, but let's talk again about how they, when she was mentioning, oh, they have one foot out the door, you know, they didn't try, you know, we lost people before, we'll lose people again, that whole thing. People that are losing downline members will always try to minimize their departures. Anyone who leaves is labeled as disloyal, not dedicated, or halfway out the door, as she said. This is very cult-like logic. It prevents people from questioning leadership and traps them into toxic loyalty, because they're saying that person was lazy, that person was toxic, that person already had one foot out the door. That's not you, right? You're not like that. You're going to stick this through, right? And it traps people into that type of toxic loyalty. It's really gross. What this person is doing in this video is really disgusting.
Always have our backs.
Thanks, Avery Jo.
And, you know, we just need to roll with these changes at this time. And things are going to be good. I mean, I honestly think next year at this time, we're going to be talking, and I'm going to be saying, you know what, remember when we were in that dip? You know, we're going to be, hopefully, you know, things will be picking up. And, but
no, I think my prediction, I haven't done a prediction in a while. I will be surprised if Scentsy makes it through this year. I think they are white knuckling it right now, trying to get through what they think will be, you know, the busiest time of the years typically for retail sales, except for the last few years when people are refusing to do Black Friday shopping and things of that nature, for many reasons. But I think we're going to see a steady decline in the holiday shopping. And I think right now Scentsy is just white knuckling, trying to get to that, hoping that, oh, you know, that will get us through. I think they're going to be pretty shocked by it. I don't think people are shopping and falling for some of the marketing schemes. And I'm not just talking about multi-level marketing companies. I think people are more conscious on who they're spending money on, what companies they are supporting. And I think that that's a great thing. And I think we're going to continue to see that. I think that it is this moment of consumer awareness that was needed. And so I think that Scentsy and other MLM companies that are hanging on for the biggest shopping time of the year, the holidays, I don't think that that's going to be the case for many, many years.
Try to be really creative during this time and look for ways that you can work your business and stand out and be unique and just give that customer service. I think that's so important right now with customer service. I mean, all of you know, you've gone into stores lately. I mean, customer service doesn't exist. I mean, everywhere you go, they're hiring, you know, it's just a weird time. Like I said,
did she say customer service doesn't exist? Did she just say that? I'm going to start a poll. Do you think Scentsy will make it through 2025? We'll just do, yeah. Hopefully I spelled that right. Do you think Scentsy will? Yeah. Okay, so I just put a poll up because it's kind of fun. Yeah, okay, so she did just say that. Customer service doesn't exist. What do you mean? People that work in customer service every single day probably would disagree with you. What do you mean? This should have gone in the thumbnail.
in the world. It's just a weird time. That gives us such a special opportunity with Scentsy as Scentsy consultants to make someone feel important, make them feel like, you know what, you are my VIP customer. I appreciate you. It gives us that, you know, we have the option and the opportunity to give that incredible customer service and make someone feel important. I have customers that have bought from me for 20 years and they would never buy from anybody else. And it's just because I care about them. I've built a relationship with them over the years. With our products, it helps us to build those relationships. With our products are consumable, they're going to be coming back to us. Our company gives us the opportunity to really build that incredible relationship that's so important and so needed in today's world. And really, it's just not there. Customer service is not there. It takes very, very little to impress a customer these days. Like the bar is set so low, and the customer service that we give is incredible. Look for these opportunities to be that little sunshine in your customer's day, to give them a sample, send them a text, just the little things. And if you do, and you
Give them a sample. So you want people that are probably not making any money or losing money, according to the FTC, to order product and then give it away for free, a little bit at a time with samples. Yikes.
focus on that kind of stuff during the challenges, once things start to pick up, your business is just going to excel. So
Thanks, Ash.
okay, I talked way too long.
No, I'm amen to everything you said.
Ew.
And I just adore Nicole. It's so fun how, as Scentsy consultants, we really are a family. And if there was something that I needed help with in my life, I would go to my Scentsy family. Nicole is a sister to me, and Jacqueline, she's always been a hero of mine. And I just feel so blessed that no matter where we are in the world, if we need something, we have each other, and I just love you all for that. So thank you, Nicole, for all that advice. And those of you who don't know me, I at-home moms that you hear about that started Scentsy. It started in my basement, and it was 21.
Of course, they all start in a basement.
Years ago. In this month, we just finished the show that I met Orville at 20 years ago. And every time I do that show, I literally have tears of gratitude that we were able to meet that day on the bench. And I know that it wasn't by chance, that it was definitely meant to be. And Scentsy has a divine purpose and is definitely meant to be. There's so much more than wax and warmers, and it truly is a tool where we can become who we want to be and have the confidence and the money and the skills and everything to really become who we're meant to be. So
I dare you to put those skills on a resume when you're trying to get a real job. Because it won't work. Will not work.
I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful that I get to be on this call with you guys. I first want to thank you for taking time to dial in. And I also mostly want to thank you for being part of this Scentsy family. Thank you for believing in our little dream. And Scentsy wouldn't be where it is today without every single one of us working together and doing this together. Everyone plays such a special part, and whether you are doing it just for a hobby on the side or whether you want this to be your forever business, I'm grateful for you, and I love you, and I'm glad you're part of us and part of being with us. When we were thinking of obstacles, Nicole talked about a lot of them that we had, throughout the years. And I just think back about when we first had the idea of Scentsy and then actually, starting it into a company. We had many naysayers, and you may feel this when you joined or now, with things being a little trickier in the world. Where you have people that naysay or want to not believe in you. And
Is it they're not believing in the person, or is it they're not believing in the unethical business model, which is multi-level marketing? Because I think it's not, I don't think it's them not believing in the person. I think they love and respect that person, which is why they're probably saying, hey, this sounds like, a pyramid scheme, or this sounds like an MLM company, or this sounds like, it doesn't really make any sense with the work that you're going to be doing. However that's worded, that's not a naysayer. That's somebody that cares about that individual. You know how some of them will say, oh, if you were sent the link to this Zoom, you were sent this because somebody loves and cares and respects you enough to invite you to this. Somebody is telling you, maybe it's this video. Maybe you're in Scentsy, or you've watched any other anti-MLM advocates talking about Scentsy, and all of a sudden you're like, these are the first people that actually seem to care about people. Your upline does not care. I don't care what they try to tell you. The second that you stop ordering, the second you stop showing up to the Zooms, the second you stop responding to their text messages asking if you're going to be placing an order at the end of this month, you are not going to exist to them, because it only matters to them when they're making money off of you. The unethical business model, which is multi-level marketing, in my opinion, rewards that type of behavior. It's gross. It's gross. You deserve better. And if you want to call me a naysayer, a hater, a negative Nancy, whatever, I do not care. But I am going to bring facts, and I'm going to be honest and truthful. What you are participating in is an unethical business model. Your upline does not care about you. The second that they can't make money off of you, they're not going to talk to you as much, if at all. It's gross, and you deserve better.
Honestly, when people would do that to us in the very beginning, it made me just want all the more to show them and prove them wrong, and show them how truly special Scentsy is.
And how did that work out for you, considering the income disclosure statement looks the way that it does? Huh? So you're probably at one of the top ranks in the company because you've been around this company from the very beginning, it sounds like. How about your downline? Anybody else making the money that you're making off of your team? No? Got it.
So we had no money. We just had an idea, and neither of us had, a college degree, or, we weren't anything special. And, but what we had was a huge dream. And so I hope that in your businesses, especially right now, like, if you can dream it, you can do it. That's a quote from Walt Disney that I have on my wall. And
ironic, because Walt Disney owned an actual business, so that's weird. This is the MLM bootstrap myth that we're seeing. You don't need education, guys. You don't need to have a college degree. You don't need to know what you're doing. Ignorance on fire, all those kind of catchphrase things that they use to try and manipulate people's behavior. You just need to have faith and hustle. But here's the truth, and you can reference the Scentsy income disclosure statement. The only people benefiting here are the ones at the top. Everybody else, they're dreaming their way into credit card debt. They're dreaming their way into having a basement full of Scentsy wax and warmers. They're dreaming their way into thinking that one day they'll be at the top. And that's not going to happen for the majority of people, because that's how the business model is designed. It is designed for the top of the company to benefit off of the rest of the company losing, but still continuing to order products. And that's why the income disclosure statement looks the way that it does.
Now is the time that you want to dream big and make plans for all the things that you want to accomplish with your Scentsy business. COVID was definitely a hard time for me, and there has been ups and downs like Nicole talked about. But one that was really challenging was during COVID. My dad had dementia, and he ended up in a nursing home, and then I ended up losing him to COVID. And the summer before all of that, we did 24/7 round the clock care for him. And he was the best dad in the whole world. And
Why the trauma dumping? Why are we talking about this? With no warning, you're just going to get on and start trauma dumping to these people that are on this call with you. Why? The only reason stories like this are shared is because they're trying to emotionally manipulate their audience. She is trying to, in my opinion, whether she realizes it or not, she's trying to guilt her audience into sticking around. Listen, if I can go through it and my dad had dementia and this and that, then you guys can do it too. That's what she's trying to do here. She may not even realize that that's what she's doing, but that, in my opinion, is what she's doing here.
I love him with all my heart. And it was such a joy to have the flexibility in my business to be able to take time and focus on him and spend time with him and show him love. And after all that happened, I like literally was leveled. I loved my dad, and but I didn't realize the toll that it was going to take on me emotionally. And like I literally went to the hospital, think I was having a heart attack, and they're like, "You're having a panic attack." Like, I mean, it really leveled me. And
I hope that she got help for that. I hope that she spoke with a therapist if medication was required. I hope that she went to a medical professional and she was provided the assistance that she needed. And I mean that genuinely. But to provide this in something that's supposed to be a professional space somewhere, I mean, none of this has been professional. But if they're going to act like business owners, if they want people to believe that they're business owners, when was the last time you went to some sort of a business call, business Zoom, business whatever, and the person putting on the call started to trauma dump about all the really difficult things that are happening in their life? It's not appropriate. It doesn't happen in a traditional business setting. And if it did happen in a traditional business setting, HR would be notified and that would not happen again. But this is standard practice in multi-level marketing companies. This is what they do, and they use it to weaponize their stories to make people feel guilty so that they don't leave. That's what she's doing here. And I'm going to say this again. She may not even realize that she's doing it. She may not. She may very well be aware. We don't know. But she's weaponizing the story to guilt people into feeling sorry for her, and also identifying, well, if she went through this really hard time, I can stick around. No. Get out of the MLM company, even if it's not Scentsy that you're in. Get out.
So maybe, there's natural disasters, there's deaths. I've had babies, throughout the years, and now I have 7 grandbabies. Last fall, a year ago, 3 of my daughters had baby girls within 3 months or 2 months. And so we're always going to have changes and tricky things coming up. But we're so blessed that we have Scentsy, and there's been so many times throughout the journey where I've had to relaunch, and I would think, oh my goodness, like things have kind of slowed down. Like, is something going on with Scentsy? And every time
Indeed.
that I felt that way, I looked at what I was doing and how I was working my business and the things I was, spending time on. And I was like, Scentsy didn't stop. I did. And it really was an eye-opener to me that, okay, like when we first started Scentsy and how excited, and when you first hit that join button and you were so excited and all the things that, were going through your mind, and, like we want to go back to those basics, especially in dips, right? Remember what you love about Scentsy. Remember what your goals are about Scentsy.
I'm going to stop her because the part where she said Scentsy didn't stop, I did. This is victim blaming 101. If your business slows down, it's your fault, not the market, not saturation, not leadership decisions. That's what she's trying to instill here, and it's disgusting. She's training reps on this to internalize failure so that they never hold the company accountable. Keep in mind, they also tell people that they're business owners. Well, they're not. They're independent contractors with Scentsy. So are you business owners or are you not? because if you were business owners, you would have control over some of this, but they don't. So what she's doing is, again, just trying to get people to internalize failure so they never hold the company accountable. They should be holding the company accountable. They should be asking Orville and Heidi, hey, what's going on? Why are you laying people off? You guys should be asking that question if you're a distributor in this company. You should be asking about revenue. You should be asking these things so that you know what's going on with the multi-level marketing company that you're a part of. But people don't. They trust these people because they're loyal to these people. And at the end of the day, these people that are at the top of these product-based pyramids that I believe to be multi-level marketing companies will step on all of these people. I was trying to figure out how I wanted to word that. They will step on all of these people to save themselves. And in my opinion, Orville and Heidi are not any different. They will sacrifice the distributors in whatever way they need to in order to save this company. Maybe that looks like going to an affiliate. Maybe that looks like finding a private investor. Maybe that looks like closing down the company altogether. They will do whatever it takes to try to save this company. And their first thought is not going to be, well, how, what about the distributors in the company? No.
And get that enthusiasm back. But it's also an awesome time to prepare for the future. And when the swing happens and that we're like going crazy. So my advice would be take good care of yourself. Do all the things that physically help you. And I had to go through some of that after losing my dad and take some time to
I'm sorry. If you're going to compare the loss of a loved one to a dip in your Scentsy business, those two are not the same. Not even on the same wavelength, not even on the same planet, not even the same thing at all. Could we consider that a fallacy? Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure that that's some kind of a fallacy. I'm sure that there's some sort of emotional manipulation behind it. But comparing losing a loved one to a dip in an MLM business is absolutely absurd to me. I can't even believe the things that they're saying on this.
To heal. And anyway, so you want to, eat right, drink water, sleep,
Please don't take health advice from her. I guarantee you she does not have the credentials to be giving anybody health advice. Also, I hope you had a good snack today.
Your rest, all those kinds of things, and take good care of you. You need to be happy, and you need to, celebrate your accomplishments and the things that you're doing well, because that's what's going to motivate you to get ready for the next part. I'm so excited for the future of Scentsy. It's been the most amazing 21 years. I just can't believe it. I pinch myself every day that this is really my life. I have right here by my desk, I have to show you.
What do you think she's going to show us? Do you think she's going to show us a sign that has a Pinterest quote? Because I think that's what's coming. I haven't watched up until this part, but I think that's what's coming. I think it's going to be some sort of like a desk sign, that you get at like Michael's or something like that. And it says, she believed she could, so she believed she could, so she did, or something like that. I think that's what's coming, but you guys let me know what you think. #blessed. Oh man. Yeah, I think that's what's coming. Let's see.
This warmer.
And
okay, when I very first saw this warmer, they had it at Superstar Summit, and the Superstar directors were there, and they said, oh, we're going to take you into this room where we're going to show you the products that are coming up for fall. And I had no idea, had never, seen this, but I came around the corner and saw a Scentsy warmer with Minnie and Mickey Mouse on it. And you guys, I literally did the ugly cry.
You're crying over a warmer? You're crying over an MLM product.
Inconceivable.
I can't. What?
I was like, oh my gosh, like this is so special. This is amazing. And this warmer just means so much to me because
Why?
I had no idea. Like in my mind, I thought Scentsy's going to be the next, the hottest thing in candles, hottest new thing in candles. But I had no idea the opportunities and the possibilities that were really ahead. And that's why I'm so excited about the future.
What? But where did that emotion come from? Because that seemed like it kind of came out of nowhere. That seemed like it came shortly after you were talking about pinching yourself when you get up in the morning because of the opportunities and whatnot. I just have this feeling that those emotion or that emotion and those tears that she, sucked back in or whatever had to do with something else. Because I was expecting her to say, this warmer reminds me of my dad. And I've been like, all right, that makes sense. I get that. No, it's just this emotion. And to me, it feels like desperation. To me, it feels like she's looking at that warmer and remembering a time where her check looked a little bit different. I could be completely wrong. And if I am, I'll admit it. That's fine. But to me, it just feels like she was remembering that time at that superstar director summit, superstar summit, whatever. The name of that is atrocious, by the way. It sounds like some version of the Mickey Mouse Club or whatever. Anyways, Mickey Mouse Club? What? It just feels to me like she's remembering that time and is going back to it like, why can't we get back to that time? Because the anti-MLM movement has come out in full force and we're growing by the day and we're getting louder by the second. That's why. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think.
Future of Scentsy right now, because we get to decide, each of us on this call, we get to decide what the next 20 years look like, what the next 5 years look like. And we have so much talent between all of us. We really are a family. Like we can make this into something so special. I heard a quote from Dan, our CEO, Dan Orchard, and it said, a shoe is always just a shoe until someone steps into it. And Scentsy can be there and can be this awesome opportunity and business, that we have. But until we actually utilize the tools that Scentsy has given us and go to work and do it, then it's not going to be any good to any of us, right? And so I just want to challenge everyone. A year ago, or not a year ago, it was during COVID, when we had the Active in April. And, we all the business were shutting down. We weren't sure if we were going to be able to, if Scentsy was going to be able to stay open. And, everything was so crazy with COVID. And some awesome superstar directors jumped in and said, let's get everyone active in April. Imagine if every current consultant could be active in April, what a difference we could make for Scentsy. And it's been so fun. Like all of these other consultants and each of you, I learned so much from each of you. And you.
Why are you crying? It's giving white woman tears. That's what this is giving. In my opinion, it's giving white woman tears. I don't like it. I don't enjoy it. I think she's trying to, I just think that she's trying to manipulate her audience, and I just think it's gross. You mean to tell me that you've been in this company for 21 years and I saw somebody comment and say that she sold Scentsy to Heidi and Orville? You mean to tell me you're going to cry when you're at the top of the pyramid. Very clearly, you're at the top of the pyramid. You're going to sit on here and cry and beg people to not leave and beg them to whatever, stick around. It's embarrassing. I don't buy it for a second. And by the way, that's not hate, Colette. That's not hate. This is accountability. What you are doing here is attempting to manipulate your audience. You're trying to convince your downline to stick around on the basis of their financial demise. That's the word, excuse me. For your own financial benefit. Frankly, you can keep your tears. Unbelievable.
You guys are my inspiration. But when I saw that, I'm like, oh my gosh, let's do it, you know? And so, and what that difference was the shift that just swung us into hypergrowth. Like it was.
How do you make somebody active? For those of you that have been a part of Scentsy, let me guess. Is it they have to place a certain dollar order? If you guys know, let me know in the comments. Mom, pick me up. I'm scared. That's funny. Let me know in the comments if you know the answer to that, because I guarantee you, if a company is looking for revenue, they're going to get it from the distributors. They're going to launch a new product. I was just talking to a friend of mine about this earlier. They're going to launch a new product. They're going to launch a different flavor of an existing product, a different color, a different flavor, a different whatever. They're going to try and launch in a new company or in a new country to try and create some revenue. All of a sudden, they're going to launch some sort of a weird K-Talk course, Brian Underwood talking to you disrespectfully with my entire chest. Yeah. They're going to come up with some way to get the distributors to pay and temporarily boost the revenue. That's what I'm trying to say. Yes. Thanks, Jen. They have to have a certain amount of retail volume. It can be their own or sales. Now, what do you think Colette here was encouraging her downline to do in April of, I think she said 2020, when she was trying to get everybody active? Oh, just place an order. We had this scent come out and we have this warmer and this is the special of the month and da-da-da-da-da. You know, just go ahead and place an order. It's for the good of Scentsy. I guarantee you that's how it was presented.
It was crazy. So I've seen it over and over, how Nicole was saying, like, what our actions are really determines the future of Scentsy. And we have so much opportunity. Like she was saying, in this uncertain world, people are just really.
Oh, thanks, Kathy. She invented this so she could never imagine it being a collector's item with Disney. Oh, okay. Okay. Well, I guess I was kind of wrong in that then. I guess I was wrong. You know, thank you for that, Kathy. I appreciate you.
Looking for hope. They just want something where, you know, they can like find some joy and happiness and a light in things. And we literally, with our warmers, with our smiles, with our enthusiasm, our excitement, like we can provide light to everyone around us. And even if they don't buy Scentsy or they don't join Scentsy, like we know we have a special gift in Scentsy and we can literally just give a smile, give a sample.
You can do that for free without being a part of a multi-level marketing company. And what do I have to say about this? We can be the light. We have something special in Scentsy. No. That's what I have to say about that. Absolutely not. You can be a good human. You can smile at people if you want to. You can ask somebody how they're doing if you want to. You can just be a good human. You don't have to be a part of a multi-level marketing company to find community, which I think is kind of what she's tap dancing on the lines of here. You know, you can join community groups. You can volunteer. You can, there's all kinds of stuff that you can do in your local community. There's things that you can do just on a daily basis as you're interacting with other humans. It's very simple.
You know, share a Scentsy story, whatever, like just share your heart with others, and people will be drawn to Scentsy.
And that's so gross. You can share your heart with others if you want to share your heart with others. But if you're sharing your heart with the underlying motivation to profit through a connection with another individual, and you're using it as a hook, that's disgusting. If you're telling your story about your dad having dementia and him passing away and how you stuck it through, even though it was really hard and you were having a panic attack, you're using that as a hook to try and grab the audience to do what you're wanting them to do, which in my opinion, getting your downline to stick around. That's what she's trying to do here. This is all just really disgusting. Yeah, you can just say please and thank you. It's not that hard. You can acknowledge another human being standing in front of you. That's not that hard. I mean, it hard for the introverts, for sure. I get that. But you know what I'm saying. It does sound like an evangelical Christian sermon. I agree with that. Yeah.
Because we are a light and we are a special company and we have so much to offer. And that is what people need in this world right now. So there was a quote from Deb Bowden, the trainer. I know a lot of you know her. And she said, think of accountability as as if your life depends on it, and sign your own commitment contract.
I mean, if we're going to talk about accountability here, wild. That's wild. This whole smile and share, them being a gift. Oh, the toxic positivity to push her downline to keep recruiting and selling, even when business is down, is just, it's making me feel some type of way, you know? Be a light, smile more. No, don't tell people to smile if you want to, but you don't. Somebody telling you to smile, it's just gross. Anyways, this is manipulation dressed up as motivation, or an attempt to be motivation. I feel like it's really icky. I don't like it. Do we have a sales receipt to return this gift to the store? I don't want an exchange. I want a refund. Thank you.
And so I just want each of you to set a goal to really be committed. And
let me guess, you're going to tell your downline to go out there and do a bunch of parties and to recruit a bunch of people. You guys think that's what she's going to say? Because I have a feeling that's what's coming. We'll see.
Really put your heart in Scentsy and take your goals and dreams and set them into systems and things that can help you make this a success. Scentsy has given us so many awesome tools. The Scentsy Connect app, if you don't have that, download that. Scentsy has weekly trainings that are amazing. The Scentsy family website or Facebook page, they're sharing so many awesome trainings in there. We didn't have all that in the beginning of Scentsy. We didn't even have business cards. We didn't have a catalog. We had to sign a paper and mail it in to join Scentsy. Like there was no computer. So I look at the change in all of the different things from the home office, our workstation, news tab, be familiar with the news tab. And always you can reach up to your upline. I know that that there are, if you're media upline, like keep going up, because there are definitely people who are here to help you and want to help you every step of the way. Couple of little things I would suggest to get going, if I have for just 1 minute,
Sell and recruit.
Connect with Scentsy every possible way you can.
Go
to events. If you have a warmer but you don't plug it in, you're not going to get the full effects of it, right? So you want to plug.
What do you mean? Wait, you think that somebody plugging the warmer in and melting the wax, what is that going to do other than make their house smell good? What? You're not going to get the full effects of Scentsy, guys, unless you plug the warmer in and melt the wax. I can't believe she just said that. That sounds wild.
in your business to Scentsy by going to World Tour. If you can, right now, registration is open for SFR. Get registered.
I'm in a large business owners group on Facebook for the state of Utah. This lady is constantly posting Scentsy stuff and she never gets any response from it. And the majority of posts on that page get huge likes and comments because it's such a large group. Oh, I love that for her. I love that. Zippered Bell, member for 14 months, plug in the warmer of life. Indeed. Thank you so much for being a member. I appreciate you.
You can go virtual or in person. It's amazing and it will definitely boost your business and help you get going. The training calls, get on every training call you know and watch the news tab, be in the know what's going on, and then get your
Wait. Let me get this. Let me get this correct here. Let me get this. So you want people to be plugged into the news through Scentsy, what's going on within Scentsy, but your counterpart said she doesn't want to see the news and what's going on in life. So it's okay if you're plugged into the news that's going on within your MLM cult, commercial cult, in my opinion, but don't pay attention to what's going on in the country and in the world. Okay. All right.
yourself
God.
ready, get catalogs ready, samples ready, use the products so that you can share how much you love them and share the excitement.
Those three things cost the distributor more than they're probably making. Use the products, buy catalogs, which are probably expensive, I would imagine. I don't have the, the catalog or whatever in front of me. I'm sure it's not cheap. And then you want them to give away samples, which means they have to order product, which means they have to spend time, money, and energy making those samples. Those three things, she's asking you to kick it up a notch, but she's like, hey, this is going to cost you more money and more time and more of your energy. But, Scentsy's depending on you. Screw Scentsy. If you're a distributor in this company, you need to run and stay away from MLMs as a whole. I can't wait for the posts and the videos of people that are in other MLM companies once Scentsy goes under or goes affiliate or whatever. And it's like, my heart goes out to you. All of those Scentsy distributors that have been a part of the company for decades, and to find out that the doors are closing. Meanwhile, they go to like an affiliate, but they act like the company is closing because the uplines can't make money off of the downlines anymore. I can't wait to expose those. I know that it's coming and I am not going to be nice. By the way, I have to tell you guys this. It kind of has something to do with what I just said. I bought a shirt off the TikTok shop. I don't make a lot of purchases off the TikTok shop, but this one, I had to get it. It's a t-shirt and it says, I could be meaner. I can't wait to wear it on a video or a stream because I could be meaner. I could. I'm not, but I could be. True Taurus right here.
Label everything, brand yourself. I always wear this little necklace that says Scentsy on it. And I get
awful
comments all the time. People like, oh, Scentsy, or oh, you sell Scentsy? Oh, I went and got a new phone a couple weeks ago. And the girl that I got the phone from was like, oh, you sell Scentsy? Like, I totally need some stuff, So be branded, be ready. When we were, I was with Nicole and we were flying to leadership, and this guy asked about, or was it a lady? I can't remember. Someone asked her about Scentsy. She had the catalog ready, handed it to, I'm like, what? You're awesome. That's so great. So be ready to share, be excited, and have an active website, because now you can get
an active website. I bet that requires you to pay some sort of a fee in order to have an active website. These companies love to nickel and dime their distributors.
Get found on the locator. And ask for referrals and use social media for a positive, the best that you can.
I'm not going to take your advice for social media. I haven't looked at your social media, but I'd venture to say it probably doesn't get a lot of activity, and you probably don't spend time understanding how social media works. So no, I'm not going to take your advice. And also, facts are not attacks, and accountability is not negative. Okay. It's accountability. Relax.
Nicole talked about customer service. I think that's awesome. And honestly,
I am.
people's
I don't know what just happened there.
when you build a team, you build a family, and
Oh my God.
you really can, instead of just getting income for today, you earn income for a lifetime when you build a team. So I encourage everybody to share the opportunity, share how Scentsy has changed your life, and there are so many people, like Nicole was saying, in need, and that really could use some extra income, some, extra, way to make money, just so they can survive, or just so they can have a car payment, or pay for their kids' school lunches, or whatever. You never know somebody's circumstance. And so Scentsy is a gift, and it's a light. And so be proud of it. Share it with everybody you know. And
okay, first of all, that was the pyramid pitch right there. Recruit, sign people up. That's where the money is typically in these MLM companies. And that's why they say it. It's not in selling wax or the MLM product, whatever company we're talking about, but building a downline to profit off of their hustle. And again, they frame it as if they're helping others, they're blessing others, they're being a light to other people, but this is not generosity. What she's doing here is encouraging her downline to leverage relationships for passive income. That's what she's doing. Come on.
And let's make 2025 and beyond the best that it could ever be, because really, truly, each of you are a star, and let's go shine our light.
Oh my God. Can you imagine if somebody called me a star? Or if they called you a star? You are a star. What? I don't want to be a star, first of all. No, thank you. I like my private life. I'm not into that. No, thank you. That's so weird. We are grown women, he, she's, theys, and gays, saying, you're telling people that they're stars. You're a star. What?
For everybody to see. I love you all. I really, truly do. I'm so grateful for you. I'm so grateful for this company. Orville and Heidi have always had our backs. You would think somebody who, you buy a company from somebody, it would just be so easy to tell them, oh, we don't really need you anymore. But they,
says somebody that's in Scentsy after they laid off over 100 corporate employees. Weird.
have allowed me to be part of this really special.
Why are you crying? There's no crying in MLM. There's no crying in baseball. A league of their own. Yeah. Oh my God, the crying. Listen, I don't have a problem with crying. Let me be specific. I have a problem when people weaponize their tears trying to emotionally manipulate their audience, which is what she's doing here. She's desperate. The sink is shipping. The sink is shipping. The ship is sinking. Good God. I might have to clip that. That's really freaking funny. Annette, thank you so much for the 5 gifted memberships. That's so amazing. Thank you. I don't even know how I said that. How did that even happen? I don't know. It's the end of the live stream. It is what it is. And I appreciate all the weeping willows that are not weaponizing their tears to emotionally manipulate their audience. Y'all are amazing. The sink is shipping. How did I even? Good God. That's great. The sink is shipping hard tonight. Indeed it is, Jamie. And thanks for being a member for 21 months. Oh, man. Good times.
This special company, and I'm so grateful to them. They've changed my life and have made the world so much of a better place. And
please tell me how Scentsy has made the world a better place, considering the majority of people lose money in MLM companies, according to the FTC. We can also reference their own income disclosure statement. Please tell me how Scentsy is making the world a better place by taking advantage of people's time, energy, and finances. What? Oh, do you mean to say that they've made your life better, being the top of the pyramid? Your life is better. Although I'd venture to say that that check is probably dropping quickly. But go off again about, you're so grateful and this company has changed my life and I went through hard times and so you should stick around too or something. Girl, please.
So let's take this opportunity and do amazing things with it. And I love you all. Thank you, Jacqueline, for this opportunity. Thanks, Nicole.
For those of you that are new to this company, I'm going to pause this emotional situation that she's got going on with her desperation. I'm going to tell you the story about this because I saw DC wear her I think it was a sweatshirt, right? Her sweatshirt. This is a cease and desist logo that Avery Joe and DC made for me from a cease and desist email that I got from, God, what was her name? Started with a J. I don't even remember what company she was in. I reacted to a video that she posted publicly. She didn't like it. She went to some sort of a website to type up a cease and desist. In the email, she sent me the link to said cease and desist, along with the downloaded file, the document. And there were typos, there were no exhibits. Usually if it's a legit cease and desist, they'll have specific things that they want you to do, take down, change, edit, or whatever. There was nothing. So as I was doing a dramatic reading of the email, Justine was her name. Yeah, Justine. I hope you're having the day you deserve. I was reading it and and then there was period. I read it as period, comma, because there was a typo. And then I think there was a part where I was like, Exhibit A, there's nothing here. So anyways, if you want to look back, I don't remember what company that was, but it's a dramatic reading. I'm sure you can type in Aaron B's dramatic reading and find it. It was a good time. We did a fundraiser. So anybody that bought merch, I believe it was any money that I made off of that, I donated to a local literacy program here in Las Vegas. It was so great. OTP is olive tree people, I think is what somebody was referring to. So that's where the period, comma, forever comes from. That's where the cease and desist shirts come from. Or merch, that's where all of that comes from. So I don't talk about that as often as I probably should, but I saw DC wear her sweatshirt the other day on her live stream, which I still have to finish watching your Courtney live stream from last night, DC, but fun times were had by all except for Justine. I'm sure she took it very hard, and quite frankly, I don't care because she was manipulating her audience and it was gross.
Being so awesome to me. I always get so nervous.
Oh, here's the video. I can't imagine how different I look, but because I can't see the like the thumbnail obviously here, but Charlene was kind enough to find the video. Thank you, Charlene, for doing that.
I hope I made any sense at all, but I love you all and
you made no
thank
sense.
you so much.
Okay.
You're so sweet. I do have a question though. Someone asked on there, do you ever tell your customers like, dude, I invented Scentsy?
I don't.
But you still should go watch her live stream, guys. TLDR, Courtney is still wild. Nothing earth-shattering other than she was disgusted by her children wanting her to stay with them instead of going to Turkey. That's foul. I don't love that. Ew.
I don't usually say anything, but once in a while it will come up, and I just don't. In my heart, I'm like, it wasn't just me. It wasn't just Kara and I. Like, we were the instrument that Scentsy came through. And when you talk to Orville too, he says, I'm just the steward of Scentsy. Like, it really is an inspired company. It's meant to be. It's here for a divine purpose. And I mean, I can't deny that. It's not.
No MLM company is here for divine purpose, in my opinion. MLM companies are here to take advantage of people with an unethical business model, in my opinion. To say that a failing business model, an unethical, manipulative business model that is designed for the majority of people to lose money, to say that that's divine. And if you're saying it's divine, are you saying it was, it was created by God? You think God would make an MLM company and be like, yep, that's the one? I don't think so. No.
And so I really don't take credit. It's God for sure. And all of us, like,
No, it's not.
It is so much more than wax and warmers. I don't.
Hi, babe. One moment. I thought they. Okay.
Dylan, I just came downstairs. Dylan said that he asked for him to ask me to tell you because he just went to go get it.
Oh.
And he took Gavin.
Oh. Okay. I'll text him here in a few. I'm almost done. I'm gonna come make dinner in a minute. We're having stuffed peppers for dinner. What are you guys having? Or what did you have? What was your last thing that you ate? Shout out to the replay crew. I appreciate y'all as well.
I don't even know how to say that, but yeah, I sometimes will tell people, but I usually don't.
You're so humble.
I love you. I love you, Colette. You're so humble too. And I think that's what, I mean, you are like the true Scentsy spirit. And I think if we can all be a little bit more like you and Nicole going forward, there's a lot of dark things just in the world and in the Scentsy world that can cross over to the Scentsy world. And maybe just think next time you see someone saying they're leaving or bashing Scentsy, maybe think, okay, what would Colette?
Maybe people are, if people are bashing Scentsy, I guess they would consider me doing this commentary and providing facts and statistics and all of that stuff from Scentsy. I guess they would consider this bashing. Sorry, I hurt your little feelings. Not really, because facts are not attacks. I said that a lot tonight. I need to bring that back. Facts are not attacks. And it's not hate, it's accountability. Okay. All right. Hope that helps.
And Nicole, how would they respond, right? Because we're going to make it through because we're doing the hard work and we see the, brightness at the end of the tunnel.
Okay, but I need to know, did you get some greens? Because I love some greens. Oh God, I love some greens. That sounds so good right now.
And those that don't see that brightness will quit, and it will happen. It's normal.
Those that don't see the brightness will quit. Or is it people that are waking up from the cult-like tactics to control them into staying with a company that they're losing money, time, and energy on, in, whatever? Could it be they're waking up? I love that. I love that. Marie, thank you so much for the gifted membership, and welcome to the new members. This is so exciting, guys. If you guys are watching this live, right after this, I'm going to make let me back up. Normally members see my edited videos the day prior. And I also do members only live streams. And normally for my Friday edited video, members would have it on Thursday. But I thought it would be kind of fun because I got it done early and Ava is incredible. She's a star. I'm not going to say that about Ava because this video star, you get it. But she got this video edited really quickly. And so after this, I'm going to make it available to all the members. So for those of you that just became a member tonight during this live stream or on the replay, you'll have another video that you can watch.
It happens, during times like this, and it's okay. This business isn't long-term for everyone, right? But I can guarantee those people will regret it. I've seen it so many times over the years, like Nicole mentioned. But in these moments, like be the Scentsy lifer, be the person that when you see someone dogging.
A Scentsy lifer. Oh my God. That's gross. I don't love that. Nope.
Scentsy, you bring it up. When you see someone saying, what's wrong? Nothing's wrong. I have faith in this company. When you see someone post that, oh my goodness, like what is going on? They're fine. You know, this is just the world we're in right now, but we're going to come out stronger than ever, just like we have in 2009 and 2012 and 14. And, you know, and it's going to happen. And I mentioned to someone, or I guess maybe Merriman on the first of this call, that, you know, Scentsy is in such a great place financially that they could have one flash sale and pay off our debts.
Are they? I'm sorry. Is Scentsy in a really great place? Because typically companies that are in a really great place, they don't lay off employees.
And that's something that other direct sales companies right now, none that I know of, can say that. We are really in a great position, but we are the people who make the difference, not necessarily Orville and Heidi or Dan.
Yeah, because the distributors are the customers. So of course, if they have a flash sale, all the distributors are going to buy up the product. I love when they say the quiet parts out loud like that.
And we are the people that do that. So we need to make sure that we have our attitude in the right direction to move up and not revert back and join the people that are the negative Nellies or the people that are trying to bring it down as they leave. Like, no, move forward. We're lifers. We're going to be here and we're going to get to that next hyper growth and we're going to be celebrating together. And I think it's going to be a really cool time. So I hope Nicole and Colette, you guys are incredible. I hope with you hearing kind of their journeys, that you know that this is a long-term business.
Is it?
If you want it to be a long-term business, because Scensy's not going anywhere. And we hope.
Okay. That also will age like milk. I'm sure of it.
You don't either. So yes, Scentsy lifers. Yes. I love it. I love it. I love it.
One more thing, if I can just add, there was a quote that I always love by Michael Jordan, and it says, some people want it to happen. Some people wish it would happen, but others make it happen. And so let's go make it happen, you guys.
Imagine thinking that you as a Scentsy distributor are anything like Michael Jordan. Absolutely not. As a basketball fan, disrespectfully, no thank you.
We got this.
And I will tell you, if you see Nicole.
Get out the sound effect. Oh, wait. Now I have to play this. Do I have it? I don't know. I'll keep looking for it.
Colette at SFR. I hope you guys are all registered. Go hug their necks and go say hi to them. They are the most down-to-earth people and they would love it. So don't feel like you're bothering or bugging. They truly are that genuine of people that they want to say hi to everyone and give hugs. And you can say, hey, I heard you speak on mindset. You were awesome. I want to give you a hug. And they will welcome you with open arms. So that's just who they are.
Wait, I have this sound effect and I don't know what it is.
I would call that false advertising.
Oh man, I don't think I have the Michael Jordan one. I must have gotten rid of it because I don't see it. That's a bummer.
So
can I say one thing, Jacqueline?
You can say 5 things if you
No, I won't. Well,
Stop it. Get some
help. I do
have the gift to gab. I can talk all night. But one thing that is so good to remember too, I mean, yes, it's financially challenging for everybody right now, but you also need to think of the community. There are so many people that looking for that community feeling, and that's what we have with Scentsy. So
you can find community anywhere without joining a multi-level marketing company. Ew. Do I have a sound effect? Hold on. Ew, David.
Scentsy really does appeal to anybody and everyone. I mean, there's every age. I mean, my daughter's a teacher. She uses her Scentsy business as a, supplemental income and
pay teachers, period. Next subject.
She works her Scentsy business in the summer. We're going to have people that are trying to retire. I mean, especially with the 401ks. We're coming up on that first group that's going to be solely depending on 401ks. And we need opportunity to make extra money, but we also need that opportunity. I think COVID changed the world. COVID changed people. And, you know, that community feeling that Scentsy has and that makes us shine, that Scentsy spirit, is such a blessing to so many people. They're looking for that. So even people that might not need the extra income, they want that community. They want to belong. They want people that believe in them, that support them, that lift them up.
You sit on a throne of lies.
And make them feel good, you know, and we need more of that. Just like Colette said, you know, we need to be a light, and Scentsy is that light. I mean, there's so many things that we have to offer. I mean, incredible products, extra income, but also that community feel. I mean, Scentsy does appeal to every single person out there.
I love it. Hey, Nicole and Colette, are you guys going to be in Greece?
Yes.
Okay, there you go. I have people asking in the chat. So Sherry, I see you asking other Rachel, when you see them, they'll give them big old hugs and hang out.
Yes.
Congratulations to anyone who earned.
Yes. And we'll be there with our daughters too. Our daughters both earned Greece. So Kiara, Colette's daughter, and my daughter Cassidy, and their husbands will be there. So we're pretty excited. It's gonna be
I think I'm done with this. I think I'm done with them. I feel like I've seen what I needed to see. I think you guys probably have too. We've been here for 2 hours. That's wild. Time has flown by. Okay, so let's wrap this up. We made it through it, thank goodness. This wasn't just a training. This was an MLM revival meeting, or an attempt at a revival meeting. They invoked God, guilt, grief, and grind culture, all to keep people locked in. Even in the face of declining sales, corporate staff layoffs, saturated markets, and failed side companies. If you're in Scentsy or thinking about joining Scentsy, well, I don't know why you would. Here's my advice if you want to hear it. Here's some food for thought. Real opportunity does not need emotional manipulation. It will not use trauma bonding, and it will withstand criticism. And divine purpose shouldn't come with a downline, ever. And my advice for you guys, burn wax, not your savings. Make sure, if you guys have not already, like, subscribe, and drop a comment below. And let me know if you would like to, let me back up. Let me know what company you would like to see me do a deep dive on next after this post. So as a replay, if you will, drop a comment and let me know what company you would like to see me do a deep dive on. I'm curious what you guys think, and I'll see you guys on the next video, which, if you became a member, there's going to be a video up right after this. As soon as I can get into YouTube Studio and make it available for members, you'll get it. So I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye, everybody.